let's talk about it. Wendy Williams show has came to an end this Friday. And a lot of people are speaking out because she wasn't even at the closing of her own show. Lizzie, what are your thoughts?
I first off, I was a Wendy Williams fan at the beginning of the show, and eventually, I did stop kind of liking her or whatnot, but it's still very, very disrespectful. Like the fact that she literally started this show from ground up. I think that the producers and etc. should have had enough respect to bring her back to the show and honor her and show her respect. It's literally her name on the show. And that also just shows you how, like, sometimes you have to be careful with contracts and stuff that you sign, because a lot of these celebrities, and I'm sure she's not the only one, like they don't even own their own name, and that's absolutely crazy to me. And that because of that, it allowed her to be disrespected to the point where she wasn't invited to end her own talk show. So I think it was very distasteful for the network to do that, and I definitely wasn't for that one.
Yeah.
Well, let me understand, because I only saw the post where it says, only saw the post, I forgot what the post said, but only saw the post. So they had a whole show ending,
there's no more technically right now.
Mm-hmm. I'm saying they aired the last episode saying that this is the last show.
Yeah. And Wendy, it was the grand finale. The Wendy Williams show is officially over.
And she was not invited to end her own show, but I'm sure she's probably working on the back end to get another talk show or some type of show. But the fact that they would sit there and do that and not include her, I think that was really distasteful.
But with her health like being a major factor of why she wasn't able to be on her show, you don't think like she should be more focused on her health right now? Because you said it was very disrespectful or whatever, and I agree. Like, it was a disrespect, but at the end of the day, you don't think her health issues was a major concern?
I think something such as like something being pre-recorded, because she still has some type of mental capacity where she could have probably did a pre-recorded video saying thank you to her audience and her fan base. But I think she should have in some way been a part of the ending of the show.
Yeah, she has recently made public appearances and went to like parties and stuff, so she seems like she's in enough mental capacity to be around people, or to like Nikki said, to pre-record something if they didn't feel comfortable enough with her being on the actual set. Or, and like I said, I didn't watch the last episode, but like maybe pay some big homage to her where she's involved in it. But to completely exclude the person that started the show, I think it's disrespectful. Don't matter what mental capacity, because she wanted to be a part of it, and she's still saying that she plans on coming back and having another talk show. She's saying the Wendy Williams show will be back. So because of those words are coming out of her mouth, she wants to work. And the fact that they excluded her, I didn't like that.
It's a lot probably behind the scenes, more about her mental and physical health that maybe we're not privy to, and she's able to make videos saying that she's okay, but maybe it's more to the story. I don't know. I just feel like maybe something should have been done where she was involved. So God willing, for her health changes and there's a miracle that she's able to look back and have that a part of her legacy.
And I'm sorry, one more thing too, like, or even like, I know she's close with her son, so even if it was something where it's maybe extend the invitation to her son,
that's a good idea,
or something. But to sit there and not include her or whatnot, I think it was like even have her son be a guest host, or once again have something pre-recorded. But you have to pay homage to the person that literally started this, and and at the end of the day, you can't take away that Wendy Williams is a pioneer in radio and in television. She earned that respect.
And honestly, I feel like we just don't know the background information. Like, I feel like because we don't know the background, we can't really judge, because who are we to say they didn't invite them or they didn't try to come up with an idea where she can be involved in the show or whatever. And for whatever reason, she was unable to. They had to unfortunately move on to try to end the show, because the show is coming to an end, and no one knows when she will be able to return or whatever. So it's just like, we just don't know what happened in the background for them to come forward and do the grand finale without her.
But
That's
the husband, if I'm not mistaken, the husband and Wendy Williams has came out and publicly said like she was not invited on the show. It wasn't something like she didn't want to be on the show.
The whole thing. So
it wasn't. They made it, from my understanding, they made it clear that it wasn't something where she didn't want to be, or she's like, no, I don't want to be a part of this show no more. She was literally uninvited to. I'm not gonna say uninvited. She was just never invited to end out her own talk show.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely. And I also listened to Hollywood Unlocked. You know, Jason Lee, he's a really good friend of Wendy Williams. And he said that they had a conversation and there was no invite. He even offered to host the show. And they said to him that he didn't have a big enough audience in order to host the show, even though him and Wendy Williams has a really, really good relationship. So it's like Lizzie said in the beginning, like people can use your likeness, they can use your name because you signed a contract. And yeah, so hopefully, you know, prayers to Wendy Williams and she's able to either do a podcast or come back to her listeners in some type of capacity.
Yeah, I'm praying for her health. I pray that she's able to come back 100%, not just half of her. Just take care of yourself right now.
Yeah,
absolutely.